All right. Hello. Hello. I'm not sure if people are coming on. We are working on it. I had some technical difficulties. All right. Live on YouTube now. Let's play Kahoot. All right. I'm making a post in the Facebook group. If you are not in the Facebook group, you should definitely join the Facebook group. So all you have to do is go to Facebook, search Insurance Exam Queen. It will pop up. It's the Insurance Exam Queen Study Support Group. That's the official full name. I will drop the link here in just a second. In the study group right now, I am sharing this live YouTube link so we can get people here. All right, let me drop the link. Boom. All right, there is the link in the chat to join the Facebook study group. It is where people come, ask questions, get support, get help, have people cheer you on. This can be a very difficult, struggleless journey that you may be on to pass the exam. We just had somebody post today about how they feel so defeated, and then like 30 people came on in to give them support, to encourage them, to help lift them up. And so this is an amazing place to be to help you with studying the exam. And that is the Insurance Exam Queen Study Group. And hello, Heather, you made it. Yay. Yeah. And I had some technical difficulties. So originally the thing that was scheduled got all messed up. And so I just made a new one. And it looks like you guys have figured out how to be here. All right. Thank you. I actually got this dress at Torrid. It has pockets, and they had a blue one as well, but I haven't seen the blue one on their website. I still see the pink one. I love it because it's super easy for breastfeeding. Look, you got this stretchy here, so I just boop, breastfeed. It's amazing. Pockets very flowy. It makes me feel like a peasant, what's the word? A prairie princess is how I felt when I put it on. So I love it. It's very nice. And I got a blue one too. So thank you. I love to shop at Torrid. Torrid is amazing. If they could pay me for like all the times I referred people to go to Torrid, that would be fantastic. I would make so much money because, oh my God, everything I wear is Torrid. Torrid all day, Torrid every day. I love their stuff. I can order stuff online and know that it's going to fit me. Like once you find your size and you like learn, because they use very similar, like they always kind of use the same materials. And so like, and you know, like the cut and the fit, how it's going to be. And so I love it. I know I can order something online. It's going to fit me. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fabulous. Especially as a plus size woman, it can be hard to find like things you know are going to fit and look good on your body. Torrid totally rocks it out. But anyway, let's move on. Okay. So hi. So Women Emerge Network. Hi there. Amy Dawes. Hello, beautiful friend. Hello. Hello. I'm here. Yeah. Will this be PC? Yeah. So we're going to play a Kahoot game. I'm attempting to play a Kahoot game with you guys live on YouTube. I have not done this before, so we will find out if this works and how well this works. Oh, I meant to go live on TikTok too. Let me do that. So we will play. We will see. We will figure it out, see if this works. And we're going to play a game that works for any line of authority. So whether, see, this is why I hate TikTok. I open it up and it immediately starts doing something. I'm like, get out of here. I don't want to hear something. Let me choose what plays. Let me choose what happens. Okay. Click this button, live. Okay. Join me live. Oh, no. Join me live on YouTube. Okay. But I'm going to go live on TikTok too. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I am going to, so if you are joining on the TikTokies, we are going to attempt to play a game on the YouTube channel. You'll only be able to see it right now from the YouTube channel. I am not tech savvy enough to have to figure out all of this yet. We will get there. But right now, I am live on TikTok on my phone. I am live on YouTube, and we're going to attempt to play a game on YouTube. Let me read through some of these comments. Hello there, Texas. So naturally, Tilly, sending you all the loves and vibes to pass your exam tomorrow. You've got this. For personal lines, easy peasy. You got this. Rachel, Oklahoma, PC. Heather is also in Oklahoma doing PC as well. Yvette Carter, hey, I failed my Nevada personal lines by 3. So disappointing. Glad I found your page. Yes, it is normal to fail this exam. And I can totally understand why people, hi on the TikToks, come to YouTube. We're going to play a game on YouTube. So come to my live YouTube. I'm not tech savvy enough to get you all playing on the same place. So come on over to the YouTube channel. So anyway, it is easy to fail, especially by 3 points. And we talked yesterday about how a lot of that can come from not knowing how to answer the questions. Like, you know, the information, you studied the information, but being able to like read the question and choose the right answer can be a difficult thing. And so that is why it would be so powerful to play a game together. So we're going to play a Kahoot game together here in just a second. Ruby, I pay for your classes and then I sign up for Pearson Testfinger. I'm totally new to this. Yes. Oh, well, Ruby, are you working with somebody, or did you just decide to do this all by yourself? And Ruby, what state are you in? Because sometimes in certain states, you do have to have a state approved course, which I am not fully and completely a state approved course. And so I supplement state approved courses. And on our website, we do outline the process for getting your exam. So you want to make sure you read everything. A lot of people fail to read. You want to make sure you read. But that's why what I do is so amazing, because what I've got is videos, and people are way more inclined to watch a video than to read. Okay. Yeah, it's very normal to fail a couple of times. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Wanted to say you are amazing. I'm so thankful I found you. Single mom, was struggling financially, so I couldn't purchase study classes, but your free resources helped me. Yes, I am so glad to help you. And make sure not only are you using the free resources on the YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you guys are on TikTok, come to the YouTube. If you go to the website, insuranceexamqueen.com, and go to the resources tab, we have more free stuff than just the YouTube videos. So you guys can check that stuff out. And we've had plenty of people pass just by using the free stuff. So we try to get you covered in all realms. We've got the YouTube channel, we've got free student notes, we got free games that you can play on Kahoot. And then we have the class series packages. So if you're like, just give me the videos I need to watch in the order that I need to watch them of the most common, most tested topics, that's what we got available in the gold class series package. It's over 30 hours of video, everything you need to know to pass the exam, minus the state law section. We do briefly cover the common to all lines law. Like, everyone has a Department of Insurance. Everybody has a commissioner, a superintendent, director. So we cover that stuff. We cover the unfair trade practices, misrepresentation, twisting, rebating, coercion. But specific state laws, we don't exactly cover. So that's the one thing we don't yet have. But everything else that you need to know, we've got you covered just for the $97 gold class series package. And that's available at insuranceexamqueen.com. Comes with a 90% first time pass rate. So check that out. Ruby, okay, so in Florida, you are required to pass a state approved course. So that means you do need to take a course from someone like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, someplace like that. I like currently to refer people to Excel. And if you use, and the reason I like Excel right now more than the other ones is because they have better test questions. None of these courses do I love. There's no one state approved course out there that I'm like, I love their course. Everything they have is great. I need to build it, apparently, because no one else has got it. But with what Excel offers in terms of their questions, I really like their questions. So I recommend to people, if you don't yet have your state approved course, to purchase Excel, their $199 package, use coupon code QUEEN at checkout with Excel. You'll get $9 off. And then within 48 hours, you will be enrolled into my gold class series for free. So this way you pay one price for your state approved course and you get the gold with it. That's super amazing. That way you're not paying $199 plus $97. It's the one way. Now, many of you though come to me, your employer already got you a state approved course, or you didn't find me until after you realized your state approved course failed you. And so some of you will just have to pay that extra $97 to get that gold class series package. But if I can get you soon enough, if I can get you early enough, hopefully we can get you in just for the Excel $199, which includes, if you use coupon code QUEEN, includes the gold class series for free. And go to my Google reviews, like go to Google Maps, type in insurance exam queen, and look at our 5-star reviews. And numerous people say, I wish I would have gotten gold sooner. Gold is everything that I needed to pass. Hi on the TikToks down there. This is like such an awful camera view. Oh, and my phone is going to die. That's fun. So I'm not the best at technology. So I'm mostly on the YouTube. So if you guys can come to the YouTube channel, come there. That's where I'm like looking at the comments, and we're going to actually play a game on the YouTube channel. Okay. Let's see. All right. I finally got to call you. I've been watching your videos for the past 2 weeks now. I can't thank you enough. You're so welcome. I'm studying for Texas pre-licensing course. Can I use gold? Texas is actually the perfect place to only use gold. You do not need a state approved course in Texas. You don't need Excel or Kaplan or any of them. You can use just gold. And even though we don't specifically cover state law, using gold is perfect for Texas. You don't even need to dig into state law for Texas because it's not that important. If you follow what is on the Gold Class Series package for state law, that's more than enough to get you the points you need in Texas. And we have had many people pass only using gold in the state of Texas. My husband uses StreamYard to stream. Yes, I know there are systems. I know there are things, and one day we will be established on all of that. I am not I prefer to teach with pen and paper and to write things down. So I am from old school classroom. So working on the technologies of the things, you got to give me some space and patience for that. AJ, I'll be taking the exam for Wisconsin. Can I use gold? Yes, gold works in every single state. That's what makes it so beautiful, is no matter what state you're in, the Gold Class Series package will complement your state approved course, teach you the most common, most tested topics that you need to understand in order to comfortably secure a pass. It explains it in ways that make sense. We eliminate a lot of the big, crazy words that you're studying. I just use real life language, real simple explanations, memory tricks. I'll point out like what you should focus on, what you need to know, what you should really memorize, what you can ignore, what are some concepts. Like, I got to explain this to you to understand this, but this is the only thing that's actually tested. Like, I really hone in and focus on what you need to know, because most of you guys are just reading all this content. You have no idea like what you need to do with it. Like, what's important? Should I read all of this? Do I need to memorize every definition? Do they have bolded? Like, what am I doing? And so I just like to clear cut. This is what you need. And that's what we put in the Gold Class Series package for you guys. So gold is the best for everybody. You are right at supper time. Yes, I am. I try to hit everybody, and because there's multiple, watch this while you're eating supper. There's multiple time zones that we got people in, and like, I'm thinking about changing the 5 p.m., but 5 p.m., like when you look at my YouTube analytics, 5 p.m. is a sweet spot where a lot of people are watching the YouTube channel. That's why I chose that time. But yeah, I'd prefer to make dinner myself right now. So I'm debating about showing up at 5 o'clock. After passing my exam, how possible is it to hit the ground? You could have a job right now with insurance. Whatever you decide to do and go after that, that's what you get to do. Okay, how should break things down? So if we have gold and finish it, do we go through the other packages as well? If you feel like you need more, so the Gold Class Series package will include more videos. Like, we've got the gold videos, but then we've got the silver videos and the bronze videos. If you feel like you need more of a review, you can watch them. They're different videos. And so it's like just another layer of teaching you the information. All right, I'm going to see if we can play a Kahoot game. So I didn't pre-do this because I had a lot going on, but let me log into Kahoot and let me see if we can figure out how to play a game live on the YouTube channel. I just got this idea, so I was like, I want to do this. I want to make this happen. Oh no, I don't know my username and login. Ooh, that's a struggle. Nope, that's not it. All right, hang on, let's try another way. There's got to be a way. We will figure it out. Okay. So if you're on the TikToks down there, you'll notice I'm not at the best camera view. That is because I am focused on YouTube at the top. If you guys can join me on YouTube, I am live there. It's easier for me to watch the YouTube than to watch the TikTok. I don't work well on TikToks. At some point, I will find a way to stream it all everywhere and help you guys out. But right now, it's a little bit of a struggle. You letting me in? No? Yes? Let me in? Let me in. I think we're getting in. We'll see. Hi, Della from Colorado Springs. I have the Texas property and casualty, but I don't have a license to sell insurance to work in Colorado Springs. I have the gold package. You can switch what you can do. So if you have a license in Texas, go to the Department of Insurance in Colorado and ask them to switch your licenses over. So they will take your, most of them do this. They will take your resident license that you're in and then switch it to the new state that you have become a resident of. And that's usually a test question. You got 30 days to do that. So 30 days to switch some states give you 90 days. That can be a state specific thing, but generally speaking, you're able to take the license you have in the current state that you're in, your current resident license, and switch it for a resident license in your new state. But there is a time limit. You got to do that pretty quickly. They don't want you to just sit around on that. Josephine, gold is the best. Just passed on my first try. Yes. Thank you. I love it. Love this. Okay. You guys are also commenting on, if you pass all gold quizzes, will you pass the state exams? I mean, I'm not a guarantee for that, but many people have said that my quizzes and my exams were much better at preparing them for the state exam. But I don't try to focus on quizzes and exams. I try to focus on actually just teaching and learning the material. Usually you guys have a state approved course like Excel Kaplan that has plenty of questions on it, but we do offer some if you guys want some. And that's the gold plus quizzes and exam bundle if you want that for $137. But 97 gold is perfect for pretty much every person. Gabby says using gold now and I love it. Yes. Brittany, most people can pass with just her gold, but you definitely have to brush up on state laws. Yeah. So I don't cover state specifics, and there are some states that are heavier than other states. Arizona doesn't matter. It's only 5%. Places like Pennsylvania does matter. It's closer to 30%. So in some places, some states do have higher state law sections. And that's one of the things that is on the list for us to work on here at the Insurance Exam Queen World, is to get you state specific help. That is on the radar. We are working on that. That is in the works. Washington is another one where you have a lot of state law. And so in Washington, you got to make sure you know everything and you got to know state law. But we have helped many people in Washington and Pennsylvania pass the exam. Okay. All right. I got into my Kahoot. So let me see here. Let's go to my Kahoot, maybe. I want to play contract law. So I just released a video a couple of days ago on the YouTube channel, a contract law class that I taught. And so hopefully some of you guys have watched that. Now, contract law works for every exam, whether you're taking the life exam, the health exam, the property exam, the casualty exam, adjuster's exam. Contract law shows up on every single one. So that's why, like, everyone should watch that contract law video, especially if you don't have gold. So what I want to play today is a contract law game. So let me see if I can get this set up. And let's play a game. And when I get really smart, I'll play it on the board behind me, perhaps. But then I would stand in front of it. So I don't know. Okay. Interactive start. All right, I think we're good to go. Okay, not everyone is going to be able to join. So you have to share this in just a second. But if you're on TikTok, I would highly recommend jumping over to YouTube because you won't be able to do this because I'm sharing it on the YouTube screen. So if you can go to, so if you guys are familiar with the Kahoot games, it's a lot easier if you can watch the Kahoot on like a computer, on like a monitor or one device, and then play the game on another device. So the most ideal situation right now is if you guys are on a computer and then you have your phone with you, and then you can play on the phone. So I'm about to share the details of joining the game. And you could do this too if you have also two monitors, because you need to be able to see my monitor, and you need to be able to see, well, actually, I think they start showing the questions now on your phone. It used to be you could only see the questions on my screen and you'd have to just pick the answer on your phone. But I think they've now actually started showing the question on your phone. So we'll just see how this goes. Somebody said something. I took my, just finished. Make sure I'm ready. Okay, I don't know. Somebody's answering somebody's comment. I don't know what I'll say. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, let me share my screen. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to share. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you guys now can join the game on the YouTubes. If you're on the TikTok, go to the YouTubes. I'm not a professional. I mean, I don't know if I can, like, can I? No, I don't even know. I don't even know how to like do anything. Flip camera. Okay, so see, I am on live on YouTube. We got the comments on the YouTube. We're playing the game on the YouTube. So if you guys can come over there, that would be amazing. I am not tech savvy enough to be perfectly streaming live on all things. Ray, for real, I passed my test because of you. Yes, congratulations on passing your exam. I'm so happy for you. All right, we've got 3 people who have joined the game. So what you're going to do, if you could pull up your phone, you go to kahoot.it, and then you type in the game pin number, or you can join from the Kahoot app and then type in the game pin. This is a real life game right now happening. So if you can join in, and then you can always come back and rewatch this. So one of the cool things about playing these Kahoot games is that you will test your knowledge to see if you're doing well or not. And then I will explain the answers to you and teach you the information. So watching these videos over again with the questions is very powerful because you're learning the information. And if you're on the TikTok right now and you can't make it over to the YouTube, you'll be able to hear me say the question, explain the question. But if you want to see the screen or play the game, it'd be best to come over on the YouTube. Joan studying for PC Texas. If you can get gold is perfect for Texas. It is all you need to be able to pass a Texas exam. All right, 14 people have joined in. I think we have a room for about 20. So the game pin, if you want to join later, the game pin will be up here or it'll be somewhere on the screen. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you can't play along, it's okay. You can still play along and where you think about what your answer would be and then see if it pops up as correct or not. All right, let's get started. All right, contract law works for all lines of insurance. All right, question number 1. All of the following are elements of a contract except. So there are 4 elements. You do need to memorize all 4 elements. And this question is asking you which one is not an element. So which one is not one of the 4 elements? You're basically finding the false answer. So when you're working on except questions, you have to know that you're looking for the thing that doesn't work. Like the right answer is the wrong one. So if the question is all of the following are elements of a contract, except it's literally saying you're finding the thing that is not one of the elements. You're looking for the false answer, and the false answer is the correct answer. And this is why it can get so funky with except questions on the exam, because it makes you look for like the opposite. It's easier for us to say what something is than to say what something is not. And except questions are working our brain to say what it is not. All right, so the answer is counteroffer, because counteroffer is not one of the 4 elements of a legal contract. The 4 elements of a legal contract are agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. And you see me right now holding my hand and pointing to my finger. These are the types of things that will help lock in your memorization when you're learning this and then going to take the test. And this is how I teach when you get the gold class series package. Like, this is how I teach you, and I do things with my fingers and I draw little things out. All of it is meant to embed the information into your head. So when you're taking the test and you're talking about the four, you're going to, 4 elements: agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. It's all embedding that information into your head. And that's why it's so effective. All right. So next question. So again, the 4 agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose, all of those are the 4 elements. We're going to learn about each one as we play this game. And if you need reconfirmation of this lesson, go watch one of the most recent YouTube videos. It'll say contract law class. I just taught it last week, so it's really fresh. And it gives you a sneak peek of some of the new content that we're creating. Okay, how do you get to play Kahoot with bots so you can see which you get right and which you don't? I think you can just play it by yourself and be the only player, but you're going to have to be the host of the game, and then you're going to have to get another device to play the game. I think that's how people do it. All right, top score is Britt. Congratulations. All right, which of the following is a competent party? So a competent party, you're only allowed to sell insurance to someone who is considered a competent party. And by the way, if you're on the TikTok, go to the YouTube channel. That's where I'm best at right now. So we're live on the TikTok channel, or we're live on the YouTube channel. That's where we're playing the game. I am not yet tech savvy enough to get you all in one spot so you can all share the same screen, but we will get to that point one day. I promise. For now, go to YouTube. All right. So which of the following is a competent party? So every single insurance policy is a contract. So if you're selling life insurance, you're selling a contract. You're selling health insurance, you're selling a contract. You're selling car insurance, you're selling a contract. You're selling homeowners insurance, you're selling a contract. You need to understand contract law because you are literally selling contracts. You are only allowed to sell contracts to someone who is competent. And basically, someone who is competent knows what they're doing. They understand what they're doing. They are not under the influence of drugs and alcohol, aka they're sober, they're of sound mind, and they are old enough. So of these options that we're given here on the YouTube, come live to the YouTube, on the options that are given here is an insurance professional drinking at happy hour. If they're drinking at happy hour, they are under the influence of drugs and alcohol. They would not be a competent party. A doctor on pain meds after a surgery. If he is on pain meds after a surgery, he is on medication that can impair his ability to think and understand. And so he would not be a competent party. A 16-year-old college student. College student, they're 16. They must be really smart. But no, they are too young. They are not a competent party. So the only possible one that we can choose, and that's the correct answer, is a lawyer on daily medication for her blood sugar levels. That's the correct answer here. And we're playing live on the YouTube. So if you're on TikTok and you're like, what are the questions? Go to the YouTube. So this one, if it's a lawyer on, it doesn't matter if she's a lawyer, it could be anybody. But so the reason that this question can trip people up sometimes is because if it's like, she's on a medicine. So that if it were on drugs and alcohol, if you're on drugs and alcohol, then you're not a competent party. But there are certain drugs that are okay. Some drugs are bad. Some drugs are good. The drugs that would deem you as not sober or drugs that would deem you as not competent are generally recreational drugs and or drugs that impair your ability to think. Like a pain med can make you really loopy. But a medicine that just equals out your blood sugar level, that a thyroid medicine, none of those are going to impair your ability to think. You probably can't think well unless you have that medicine. But if you're taking a medicine that tells you do not drive big mechanical machinery or something like that, that is one that will knock you out of being competent. Usually they stick to pain meds after a surgery, and pain meds are definitely ones that impair you. So with a competent party, you're looking for the person who is old enough, knows what they're doing, understands what they're doing. They usually term that as sound mind. And then someone who is not on drugs and alcohol. So they usually phrase that as a competent party is someone who is not on drugs and alcohol. My phone is about to die. You down here on the TikToks. So if you want to keep learning and listening, you're gonna want to shoot on over to the YouTube channel because I don't have the time to plug it in. All right. Next question. All right. And I'm looking to see if there's any questions in here. Okay. But what if the customer is sober, but I'm the one who's not sober? You should not be selling if you're not sober. And there's a funny story to that, but I'm going to keep it to myself because there was a time where I was working a call center, but at home during the day. And I was like, you know what? Like, wouldn't it be great to have a margarita right now? Not the best ideas. All right. Next question. Legal contract. Let's see what we got. Oh, what is a legal? So one of these basically is a legal contract. So what answer best fits here? This is a Peter question. You know it's a Peter question when it's in all caps because he likes to make his own questions, and you know it's his because it's all caps all the time. All right, come on over to the YouTube because my phone is about to die. I had to leave for a second. My question got answered. I have a question, guys. The entire chapter go into the test of chapter 19. Chapter 19 could be different in every company. So I don't know what chapter 19 is for you. But head on over to YouTube because my phone is going to die here in just a minute. Ooh, this one was a struggle for you guys. Oh, no. Okay. So of these options, it's basically saying a legal contract, and it's asking, is it different from state to state? No, it's not. A legal contract is a legal contract countrywide. This is federally government what a legal contract is. So they're not different from state to state. Policies can be different from state to state. Coverages can be different from state to state. But what makes a legal contract legal is that it has the 4 elements, which is the correct answer. Binds both parties is not true because an insurance contract doesn't bind a person to anything. They're not when an insurance company sells a policy to someone else, the person, me as a customer, is not legally obligated to do anything. Like if I choose not to pay my premium or not do something, like they can't take me to court and sue me. But if the insurance company fails to do what they said they would do, I can take them to court. That is actually called unilateral. Unilateral says one party is bound legally to the other, and that's an insurance contract. Only the insurance company is legally bound to do something, but the customer is not legally bound to do anything. So yellow is wrong. Green answer, yellow requires money, but no signature. That's not true of a legal contract. Not every legal contract necessarily requires money, or I don't know about signatures, but what you want to know about a legal contract is there are 4 elements. 4 elements to a legal contract. You must know all 4. We've said them all 4. Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. I must know all 4 elements of a legal contract. And if you're on here on the TikToks, come to the YouTube. All right. Next, this screen. Functioning over here on this screen. All right. Tyler has popped up to first place. Congratulations. All right. An absolutely true statement. Absolutely true. Absolutely must be true. Has to be true. Absolutely true. That is pointing to one word. And that is the correct answer. So we are a TikTok, you guys. We are on the YouTube channel live. If you guys can go to the YouTube channel, because my phone is going to die. And that is where I'm live at. That is where you guys can join me over there in that conversation. All right. So an absolutely true statement. 2 seconds left. Warranty, a warranty, a warranty, a warranty. Absolutely true, must be true, has to be true, warranty. Think about like what you know about a warranty. Like when you go to buy a car and they give you a warranty, what is that doing? It's saying that this car will drive true and steady for you for at least 100,000 miles. And if not, we will fix it. Like that's what a warranty is when you buy a car. We guarantee that this car will drive for a minimum 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. Like we guarantee that. And that's what the warranty is on the vehicle. And so when we think about the insurance world, a warranty is when a customer makes a statement on an application that must be true. You're guaranteeing your answer in the same way that a car company is guaranteeing, giving you a warranty that this car will work. a customer is filling out an insurance application guaranteeing that what they say is true. Okay. Now, some people, half of you chose representation, and this is where we get confused. We have to understand the difference between a representation and a warranty. Both of them are statements made on the application, but warranty must come with is true, absolutely true, has to be true, guaranteed to be true. Whereas representations can just be statements on an application. Representation doesn't have the quality of must be true. Representation is I believe it to be true. I think it's true. To the best of my knowledge, it's true, but it might not be true. This is where you're like answering a question to the best of your ability, but your abilities may be off. It might not be right. The most common example of this is where you're being asked a medical question. Do you have a medical issue? Well, as far as I know, no. But is it possible that there is something going on in your body that hasn't been, visible yet, or like that you're aware of yet? Like if you're, like let's say you have, a tumor in your body, and it asks you, do you have cancer? But you say no, because you don't know that you have a tumor in your body. You wouldn't know until there, becomes a problem. And so if you were to purchase an insurance policy and you fill out the application that says, no, I do not have cancer, and then you buy that insurance policy, they start giving you coverage. Then you go to the doctor because you've got something going on. They figure out that you had a tumor. They say, based on the size of it, you've had it for the last, 3 months. And you're like, oh my God, I bought insurance a month ago. What's going to happen? They're going to cover you. Because at the time you said, no, I do not have cancer. To the best of your knowledge, that was true. And that's what a representation is. To the best of my knowledge, it's true. I think it's true. I don't know of any other reason why it wouldn't be true, but there is a possibility that what I'm saying isn't true. Okay. Now, if you know it's not true and you say it's not true, then that's a material misrepresentation. You have fraud, you're outright lying, and that would not be good. If you guys can go to the YouTube, because my phone is going to die. It's now on 1%. It was on 3%. Now it's on 1%. You guys are going to die down there. So come on over to the YouTube channel. That's where I'm at. One day I'll figure out how to live stream properly. Until that day, we're jinky doing this. I'm live on the YouTube on my web camera. I'm live on the TikTok on my phone, but my phone's going to die. Wisconsin PNC, everything that I'm talking about right now works for Wisconsin property and casualty. It works for every state, for every exam. That's one of my key things is I focus on the things that all of you need to know in every state. And the most, and what I teach you is the most common, most tested stuff. All right, I'm by on the TikTok, shutting down. All right. What I need to know is if the entire book goes into the state exam asking for Florida. So what book are you referring to? There's all kinds of books. Yes, I do need to charge my phone, but right now I don't have a way of doing that without leaving you guys, and I'm going to stay here. All right. Next one. Dolly moved up to the top spot. Congratulations. All right. A contract is one-sided. A contract is one-sided. What's that? I already told you this. I just shared this answer with you a few questions ago. I'm going to go plug it in now since I'll let you answer this question. What's funny is I have another phone that was on the charger. Let me see if I can go live on that TikTok. Ooh, oh, I was logged out. Okay. All right. Ooh, I can do Instagram maybe. I can go live on Instagram. Is that a thing, right? Like something you can... Never gone live on Instagram. We're going to figure out how to go live everywhere. We're going to make it happen. Ooh, it is an option. Okay, I'll play with that in a second. Live. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to do it. It looks like I can just do it. Okay. All right, so we are live on the YouTube channel. If you guys can head to the YouTube channel, it'd be great. Man, I am just janking it all around the world today, but I am here to help you guys learn how to pass your insurance exams. Okay, so like the whole chapters one by one, they will ask questions about them. Is it too much information? Okay, so so Soy Mama Con Panderes, I want to answer your question. And I want to we'll come to this. Okay. So when you guys sign up for a state approved course, so this is what, when you say book, you're basically saying the text that I have to read for my state approved course. And that's what I mean too when I say book. There's sometimes where I'm teaching and I'm like, you have to look at your book. What I mean when I say that is your state approved course. So there is like Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker. Sometimes you guys have an online course. Sometimes you have an actual printed textbook. And your question is, do I need to know it all? No, you don't. You don't need to know it all. But the book is not going to tell you what is most important and what is not important. That is what I do. I tell you what is most important and what you should focus on, what you can ignore, what you don't need to know, what you really do need to know, what you really do need to lock in. Contract law is definitely one of the things you want to know really well. It's one of the most asked about topics on every exam. If you're taking the life and health exam, this will come from the completing the application chapter, field underwriting chapter. If you are taking the property and casualty exam, this will come from the policy provisions and law chapter. And then some states call it the P&C basics chapter. This is a highly tested topic for everyone. When you get a book, an online course, a state approved course, there is no indication about this is a very important chapter and this is not a very important chapter. They present all of it to you like you've got to know it all. And then they ask you questions on all of it like you got to know it all. And it's very overwhelming. That's why so many of you guys struggle. So many of you guys are failing to pass because no one's telling you what's important. I'm on the YouTube. If you guys can come to the YouTube, it'll be easier to watch me over there. There's no one telling you what it is you need to actually pass. I'm telling you. That is what I tell you in the Gold Class Series package. It's available at insuranceexamqueen.com. It is $97. It'll give you all the most common, most tested topics in the order that you should watch them in. And the one thing that we don't have super strong is state law, but most of you have a state approved course anyway, which comes with the state law. But in terms of learning everything else, like the bulk of what people need to be able to pass is going to come from the Gold Class Series package. It'll narrow down what to focus on, what you need to know, what you can ignore, what you don't need to worry or stress about, what you don't need to cause overwhelm about. I just go straight to the point with what you need to know. And that's available on your Gold Class Series package. Okay. Mine is from Excel school. Excel has way too much reading. They all have way too much reading. Excel has way too much reading. The goal is like of the Gold Class Series package, you can ignore the reading. You can just watch my videos, skip to the quiz, and not have to worry about reading and understand everything in those courses. Okay. PJ, so are you working now? I've been working. What are some important points for Texas? If you're saying I am taking this state in this exam, what's important? Go to insuranceexamqueen.com. There's going to be a property and casualty tab and a life and health tab. And then right underneath of it, it'll say recommendations. Click that, scroll to your state, read what's important for your state. All right, so back to this question right here. It says a contract is one-sided. So what did I say? One of the questions was binds both parties. Insurance, legal contracts do not bind both parties. Unilateral is what says only one side is legally bounded. Uni means one. Unilateral, it's on one side. Unilateral is one side. Only one side is legally required to do anything. And the one side that is legally required to do something is the insurance company side. So the side of the insurer, they are the ones who are legally bound to have to do what the contract says. The customer, the insured, the person who's buying the policy, they are not legally required to do anything. So the insurance company will never take you to jail, but you can take not to jail, to court. If the insurance company fails to pay a claim that you think they should have paid, you can take them to court. But if you, as a customer, don't pay your premium, the insurance company is not taking you to court. Okay. So when we say a contract is one-sided, we're saying unilateral, only one side, One side is legally bound to do anything, and that is the side of the insurer. And when you guys are taking the test and you see a question about one-sided, you're going to remember me going, one-sided, unilateral. Only one side is legally bound to do anything. These are the memory tricks that I do when I am teaching to help embed the knowledge into your brain. That is why it's so important to watch my videos on repeat, to listen to what I'm saying, to sink in what it is you need to know. And if you guys are on Instagram, I am live on YouTube and we're playing a game. So join us over there because I am not tech savvy yet to get you all in one spot. All right. Next question. Consideration on the side of the insurer is. Consideration on the side of the insurer is. So what is consideration on the side of the insurer? What is consideration on the side of the insurer? Join me on YouTube if you can down here. I was on TikTok and then my phone died. And then I went to go plug it in and I realized I had another phone. So then I went live on Instagram. There's only 3 of you here. There was like at least 10 on TikTok and there's 50, 60 on the YouTube channels. Let me put my water back. Okay. Melissa, can you please tell me what package I should purchase for claims adjusting? Gold plus adjusting. So gold plus adjusting is going to give you the property casualty stuff you need to know, and the adjusting side will give you the adjuster stuff you need to know. And it's all available on insuranceexamqueen.com. All right, consideration on the side of the insurer is. So first, we need to know what is consideration. What is consideration? Consideration says, because that's actually one of the legal elements. So remember, there are 4 legal elements to an insurance contract. How many? 4. 4 legal elements to an insurance contract. Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. Say it with me. Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. So there are 4 elements. This is the second element, consideration. What does consideration say? Consideration. There you go, Hassandi. How do you say your name? She put bags of money. Consideration is the money. Consideration is value. A part of a legal contract. Consideration says both parties. And when we're buying an insurance contract, there are 2 parties. You have the party that is the insurer. So the insurer is a party, and the insured, the customer, is a party. So whenever we're talking about signing contracts, for some reason they use the word party. It's a party when you sign a contract, and the 2 parties on the contract is the insurer and the insured. There are 2 parties, okay? Consideration says both parties, the insured and the insurer, both parties must bring value to the other party. So the insured, the customer has to bring value to the insurer, the company, and the insurer, the company, has to bring value to the insured. I will give you something, you give me something. There needs to be an exchange of value. So consideration says both parties must bring value to the other party. So, but it doesn't, so then it asks you about consideration. So 1, you need to know what is consideration on the side of the insurer. And consideration on the side of the insurer is, I'm sorry, you need to know the definition. Sorry, back up. 1, you need to know the definition, which is consideration. Both parties must bring value to the other party. Boom, that's 1 test question. Then the next test question is going to be, and it's not in this order, but one of the next test questions is going to be, what is the exchange? What is the value from one party to the other party? Okay. But they won't word it that way. They will not say, what value does the insurance company bring? Or what value does the insurer bring? They're going to say, what is consideration on the side of? And this question could be super tricky because there can be 1 letter off that changes everything. This question says consideration on the side of the insurer is ... question mark. I have seen very similarly worded questions on the actual exams. Consideration on the side of the insurer is. I could change 1 letter here and have a completely different question and answer. If this question said consideration on the side of the insured, R versus D is. And now it's a completely different answer because we've got insured and we've got insurer. Both the insured and the insurer have to bring value to the other person. But when we have a test question where every part of it is worded exactly the same, except the word insurer is either insurer or insured, one letter off, and we're not paying attention to that, that's a difference between a 69 and a 70. I didn't slow down enough to read the question. I read insured when I should have read insurer, or I read insurer when I should have read insured. The one little letter threw me off. The difference between an R and a D could change it from a 69 to a 70. So please make sure you are focused on, is the word insurer or insured? Okay. And I like to tell people, like, just say it like that. Just be stupid with it, because if you say it with an emphasis, it'll make sure that you focus on, is it the insurer or is it the insured? So when I see the word insurer or I see insured, I will actually emphasize the R or the D to solidify in my mind which one they're asking about. So the insurer is the company. It's the ER. It's the emergency. When I have an emergency, I go to the insurer. I crash my car. That's an emergency. I want the insurer to take care of it. I get sick. I got an emergency. I go to the insurer, the ER, to take care of it. If I am the insured, the customer, I am dependent upon the insurer taking care of my emergency. And that's how I remember that. The insured, D, is the customer who is reliant, dependent upon the insurer, who is the ER, the emergency, who I go to in an emergency. So this question, consideration on the side of the insurer, is basically what this is saying is, what value is the insurer bringing to the customer? What value is the insurance company giving the customer via this legal contract? But they don't word it like that. They word it, consideration on the side of the insurer is. So the value that an insurance company gives to a person, to a customer who is buying a policy, the value that we get when we buy a car insurance, the value that we get when we buy life insurance, is a promise to pay. The only thing we get from the insurance company if we never file a claim is the promise that if we did file a claim, they would pay a valid claim, a legitimate claim. That's all we're getting is promises. There have been years where all I've done is pay car insurance premium and nothing ever happened. But I had to buy it. And what I was buying was the promise that if I crashed my car, if I destroyed my car, if a tree fell on it, if it was stolen, if it got whipped away in a tornado, that the insurer would pay that claim. So consideration, the value on the side of the insurer is promise to pay. They are promising to pay a claim. 4 of you on the YouTube, if you're on TikTok, or if you're on Instagram down there, come to YouTube, because that's where we're at. That's where you can see the questions I'm talking about. Not tech savvy enough yet. We'll get there. Some of you chose paying a premium. That's actually consideration on the side of the insured. If this had a D instead of an R on the word insurer, if it was insured instead of insurer, then paying a premium would be correct, because that is the value that the insured brings. But this asks us, what value does the insurer bring? And the value that the insurer brings is promise to pay a claim. What is dependent for insured, and what is the word to remember? So insured, let me type this out. Insured is D, dependent on insurer. And then insurer is ER, who you go to in an emergency. I didn't type that out very well, but all right, next question. Dolly is still in first place. Congratulations. If a material misrepresentation is intentional, it is considered. So material simply means very important piece of information. Material, I changed my mind about the material. I want a short dress instead of a long dress. The material of my clothing, that's just a memory trick. But when you're intentionally lying, what is that called? If you're intentionally lying, what is that called? Hello on the Instagram there. If you guys can join the YouTube, so just go to my YouTube channel and hit the live button, and you should be able to join it. Okay. Yes, fraud. Perfect. Okay. So many of you chose fraud, which is the correct answer. Some of you chose concealment. If you chose concealment, you're not half wrong. You're half right. And this is also where we can run into a tricky situation of where it is very common that on the state exam you read a question and there are two answers that feel really good. Concealment feels good here. Fraud feels good here, but one is a little bit gooder than the other. One is definitely the right answer, and one is kind of the right answer. And we have to be able to know the distinction between the two. The reason that this is fraud is because it just says you're intentionally lying. Any type of, and this is concealment, is a form of fraud. This is also why this is difficult, because concealment is a type of fraud. The only way that this question could be concealment is if it talked about you hiding the information. There's a difference between lying and hiding. Hiding is a form of lying, like a lie of omission. We have a whole different type of word when you're lying via hiding. Concealment is lying via hiding. You're withholding or you're hiding information. It's a specific type of fraud. It's a specific type of lie. So concealment, in order for the answer to be concealment, the question should say something about hiding or concealing in order for that to be the answer. If it doesn't specifically talk about hiding or withholding, then we can safely go with fraud. All right. Hello to you guys on the Instagram. I am on the YouTube channel. That's where I'm hanging out at. But I'm about to end for today. So I gotta go. I hear my baby crying. I gotta go make some dinner for the family. I try to be here live on YouTube every Tuesday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. So join me then. And then we also have, again, make sure you go to, so if you need help with passing your exam, and you don't know what's important, at a minimum, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, click on your test, PC or life and health, click on recommendations, scroll to your state, read what's important for your state, and then underneath that, I make recommendations about how I can best help you. The best way that I can help everybody is if you watch my Gold Class Series videos. So if you like the way that I was explaining and teaching this information, if I was helping sink that knowledge into your brain, Gold is that like times 100. So if you want to know what you truly need to know, if you want to sink in that knowledge, you want to focus on what is important and ignore what is not important, that's what the Gold Class Series does. It's available for purchase at insuranceexamqueen.com. It is only $97. It is worth over $5,000. And at this time, we also offer your ability to attend up to 3 live classes a week with a live instructor on the Gold Class Series package. So I know we didn't finish the Kahoot, but I got to go. An hour's an hour. We're up to our time limit. This was really fun. So previously I've done just Q&As, but I think I may play some Kahoot games with you guys here on the YouTube channel. Oh, somebody asked a question. Consideration does almost always refer to money. Yes. All right. So I got to go. I hear the baby crying. I love you all. Oh, I didn't mean to start that question. All right. I love you all. I am sending you guys all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Make sure you join that Facebook group to get support. Go to insuranceexamqueen.com. Check out the free resources. And if you can, get that Gold Class Series package. It just makes it so super easy. Multiple people on, we have almost 2,000 reviews of people saying, I wish I had gotten gold sooner. So don't be like them. Get it now. Watch it. Pass your exam. Get started on your career. And when you're ready to make all the money you want to make and more, that's my other YouTube channel, is at Melissa May Dillon. I talk about magic money, how you guys can make all the money you want in this world. I'm working on it. I'm doing on it. I'm sharing other people how to do it. And that's over on my other YouTube channel. So I love you all. All the loves, all the vibes. Pass the exam. You guys have an amazing day. Bye, 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 bye on the Instagram. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, hi, Chris. I'm mostly on the YouTube. Chris is taking his test soon. I'm so excited. He studied. He took his PNC. Now he's working on his life and health. And we are sending Chris all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Have an amazing day. Bye.